All right, let's call this Utility Committee to order, January 5th, 2026, first meeting of the year. We have a quorum?
We do have a quorum.
All right. Has everybody, okay, we'll need an approval of agenda.
I'll approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Has everybody had a chance to read the last minutes?
Yes, sir. You gonna make that?
I make a motion to approve the last meeting minutes as presented.
I'll second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, projects and construction. Okay, Levi, you're up. High Loop.
All right, so the High Loop project, we're finishing up there. We had the substantial walkthrough at the end of December, middle of December, and we should be done by the end of this month. So we're wrapping that up, and that'll be.
Did we do a final reimbursement, do you know?
With both of those ones that we did,
What if Judy sent it in?
we've already done that, yes, sir. We're at 95%.
Okay.
For our funding, we were trying to get to 95% of our grant money so that we could show that on our Water Trust Board grant funding. So we have paid them that. So we're in good standing with Water Trust Board.
Okay, great. About how much, as far as feet did you improve?
I'm not sure offhand on how many feet we did on that. And I don't know. I don't know for sure. I can find out, Mr.
Oh,
Eby.
that's quite a bit.
Yes, sir.
All
That
right.
the whole country club subdivision up there.
Oh, good. All right, well, thank you.
I'll stand for any questions on that. So moving on to Gavilan Canyon sewer line. MP Chavez is on site over there, and they are installing a bypass. Marty, did you meet with him over there? And
I met with him today, and the way, he had some questions on whether tying the sewer in, and the way that existing, there's just a section along the step out of that manhole is coming in, it's actually coming in, and then it turns and comes in at a weird 90-degree angle, so we're gonna go ahead and tap that manhole in a different spot, so it's a straighter shot into
existing manhole?
yeah, it's this manhole, but we're gonna get a straighter shot into the trough.
Oh, okay.
It flows right, and, he had his electrician up there making sure they tie in those electric pumps, the bypass pumps, and in fact, he just called me a little bit ago, he was in Alamogordo picking up the bypass hose. He was waiting on the hose, it finally came in, so he went and picked it up, so they'll be starting the bypass tomorrow.
Oh, okay, awesome. And then Guinevere Lift Station, Marty's working with contractors to get quotes on that. Well,
They're supposed to have this goes into me this afternoon, they told me that they may have it this afternoon, that one, and also Sleepy Hollow lift station tie-in, they're gonna have those quotes to me by this afternoon.
Okay.
If you have anybody watching on YouTube, they're not gonna hear anything you're saying because you're not talking to the microphone, just to let you know.
Do we have any viewers on YouTube?
Only tell Zoom.
Marty, would you like to come up here to the front?
It should say somewhere there's viewers.
Marty, if you could just reiterate what we had just talked about.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Yvonne.
On Gavilan Canyon sewer line, the contractor, we spoke this morning about him tying into the manhole because the way it's tied in right now, it has a big 90-degree turn in it, which would slow the sewer down some. So we agreed to go ahead and tap the manhole in a different spot so it has easier flow to it. He also is gonna start the bypass tomorrow morning. He had ordered the hoses, but they hadn't come in yet, but they just called him, so he's in Alamo picking those up right now. And the electrician was looking at the power at the lift station so he could tie in the electric pumps. Contractor for Guinevere lift station, they're supposed to give me quotes for that by this afternoon. They're also quoting Sleepy Hollow to tie in that lift station across the river, which is going to be just encased in well pipe is what we're going to encase that in. But, well, I'm supposed to get quotes for both of those this afternoon.
Thank you, Marty. Okay, moving on to Upper Canyon and Perk Canyon water line mitigation. On that project, Sauter Miller has been working on that project. They submitted me preliminary plans, and I have sent, being that that's a FEMA project, I've sent those over to Dennis Dukes to review, and that's the update I have on that right now. Moving on to Rainier Sewer Line Extension, that's also in engineering with Sauter Miller. We'll be extending the sewer line up Rainier to the end of Rainier, but not up Mont Blanc at this time, but that is something that we're looking at possibly in the future. We have reviewed preliminary plans for Rainier, and Sauter Miller is making updates to that.
Do they have, what do they have, 2 new constructions going up there on Rainier right now, or?
Houses coming in, or
Yeah.
not? Marty, have you been working with any?
Yeah, they have a couple that are going in on Rainier at this time, and they want to reconnect that water, but they want sewer also. Our sewer line does run up there, but only to a certain point.
So,
You were speaking that the sewer line's not going to go up to Mont Blanc, but we do have construction going on with new houses coming in on Mont Blanc, which a lot of those residents there, which we need to talk about. There's a lot of, where the ski shop used to be, there's a developer there wanting to develop that too, but they want sewer. So a lot of them are willing to put money towards extending the line all the way to Mont Blanc from Rainier.
Okay, so that'd be what, another quarter mile?
So I did speak with, I'm sorry, Marty. I did speak with Austin Miller on that project, and I had talked to Ron about it too. And so we're a ways out on the Rainier sewer line. Like, we are in engineering right now, but we haven't received funds for the construction yet. We're still, that's on our Water Trust Board application for this year. So we're kind of a ways out. We're not able to promise these people that we can tie them in at, in this meantime. They're probably going to have to do septics at this time in order to be in compliance until we're able to get the sewer extended up there. And then I did email Austin Miller, because he's working with the contractor there that's trying to develop the Wild West Ski Shop, and let him know that if they wanted to come up with, I sent him the plans of what we're planning on extending on Rainier, and I said, here's how far we're going. Now, if you want to look at doing a project all the way up to the Wild West Ski Shop property, you'll have to, pretty much they'll have to fund that. At this time, we don't have the funds to do that project. It is something that we're looking at, and I talked to Ron about that going forward and putting that on our next year's application for Water Trust Board. But if they wanted to figure out the cost of it, and then the contractor wanted to, pay for it, then we would probably allow that. Because with that development, me and Marty have talked about it, they're not able to do what they want to do without tying into our sewer, and it's sewer we don't have.
There's some housing going on over there and some retail space going on, but if they do put a septic in, they're only able to do like a third of it, half of it, something like that.
Oh.
Because the septic wouldn't handle that
They don't
that
have
many.
the capacity. I see. So they wouldn't even be able to open up, or
They can only open up a partial of what they're planning.
And the cost on that system would be quite a bit for that property.
because I think the ordinance is after you have sewer extended, that if they have a certified septic tank, then they can keep it for 5 years after that.
Yes, sir.
But there's not a septic tank that they could put on that property that would gather or be acceptable for all of what they're planning.
So you're stuck between a rock and a hard spot.
Correct.
Now, they're gonna have to put, for each home, they're gonna have to put a place of septic.
Yeah, and they're like 1 and 2 bedroom little cabins that they're putting.
What are they gonna put?
I think there was
18.
18 of them.
Is that something they're starting, or when are they gonna?
They have plans for
What's
it.
their deadline? What's
And
the
then they
timeline?
have a retail space also that they're putting in the front, retail spaces. But for him to, as far as the amount of land that he has to do the septic and stuff,
Who owns the land?
it's a guy out of El Paso. And, you know, he was willing to foot the bill on connecting down to Rainier.
Wanted to contact him.
But, because that septic was to be pretty expensive, so he was willing to do the extension to Rainier. But, so he can be able to do the whole area.
It's gonna take a lot.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
I'll stand for any questions on that. Moving on to Wingfield 2 water line, that's in engineering with Sauter Miller as well. They did do their geotechnical testing the middle of December, and I didn't get any calls on it, so I assume it was uneventful. That's what they're working on right now. They're working on and we did receive funding for the construction of that project, Water Trust Board funding for the construction of Wingfield 2. So once they finish up on the design, that'll be something we'll be going out to bid to do a new water system in that area, to add fire protection and update older infrastructure. All right, I'll stand for any questions on that. Okay, Upper Canyon surface diversion. So as y'all know, it got damaged during the floods, and about half the structure has been wiped out. And we did, Ron went after some emergency funds from Water Trust Board that we have received, and Sauter Miller, that's something they're working on. And we're gonna meet them on site tomorrow to look at the structure. And then I've also been communicating with DRC on desilting in that area above the structure and below the structure to have them help us with getting some of that silt out of the river channel there. Terry and his guys have done a good job keeping it, operational, moving the material out of the way, and we're still able to divert. I think we have about 500 gallons a minute that we're able to get right now, but we're right on the edge of having to stop diverting due to our water rights. So, but at this time, that's what the update on that. Moving on to Suttereth and Meacham Lift Station. That's something that's also in engineering with Sauter Miller. And then I had Marty put some meters out there, worked with JCH on putting meters at those two manholes. Do you want to give an update on that data? Have we completed that 2-week study? Can you follow up with JCH and then we can get that over to?
That, what's her name's getting? Is it for the I&I?
No, sir. No, that's for
Flow levels.
flow levels for the engineering. So we're going to be putting a lift station there, and then we'll be pumping it and a force main up to Suttereth. Marty, if you want to add anything to that.
Yeah, I'll get with JCH and see what flows they came up with and stuff, because they still haven't, the meters are still in the ground. So I'll have them come and pick those up and give us the data that they got on that. Also that line there, I'm also, since we're talking about Suttereth and Meacham, I have a contractor give me a quote on tying that line in with a 8-inch line that's supposed to be there, because right now we have it as a 4-inch, because we did it temporarily. And he's gonna do it temporarily too, but this way we don't have to be pumping at all and don't have to worry about that.
We have to get in
Flood.
that, you said we had to get into
The wing wall, what we're looking at is possibly just going ahead and we may be able to put a new pipe, through the wing wall in the same hole that's there, and then just grout it in. But right
probably
now,
need to- we need
my
to
guys,
contact Department of Transportation on that.
okay, yeah, cause
their
my guys don't
infrastructure.
have the equipment and the amount of people we need in order to do that project, so we're gonna get a contractor.
Thank you, Marty. So Terry's not here, so I'll go ahead and give his updates. The water storage tank rehabilitation project, Phase 2, that's something that's in engineering with Sauter Miller. We did receive Water Trust Board monies for construction on that. I'm working with Terry on getting that wrapped up, working with Robert Story with Sauter Miller. And then that'll be putting a pump station at Water Treatment Plant 1, and then the elimination and demo of the tanks on the top of, up there in Upper Canyon. So that'll, right now we're feeding water the opposite way, and I think we have more pressure than we should in some areas, and it's causing some other issues. So that'll be a good project to move forward with as soon as we can. I'll stand for any questions on that.
I just sent you a text on the quantities. The counselor was wanting. Approximately.
Oh, okay. So on the High Loop project, it was 18,535 feet of water line and 9,755 square yards of asphalt.
I would tell Marty, I had a gentleman asking me about what's going on in High Loop and all that, when's it gonna be finished, when's it gonna be paved. Then he did hear that it was sewer lines going in, and they wasn't gonna be paved till after that. So Marty did mention a few years.
So, yes, sir. So, Counselor Eby, we did go after Water Trust Board money for the sewer line there. And that project, when we move forward with it, it will include paving of those roads up there. So that'll be nice. Okay, moving on the Alto Lake Dam alternatives analysis, evaluation, and design scope. Terry is working with AECom on that. We have a task order that'll go before council, probably, I would say, the special meeting at the end of the month. We'll take that before council, and that'll be engineering with AECom to do a design on the dam, the Alto Dam, being that it's undersized, and they'll be evaluating that in the spillway.
We had a little bit of a study done on the Alto Dam. Remember that, Ron? Probably about, I'm gonna say close to 9 years ago.
Yeah, that was remember it was URS and they switched to AECom, but yes.
Yeah, I wonder if they're,
Or they want to put that huge dam over there just to,
well, they had several different alternatives
Yeah.
to, as far as to look at, trying to increase the acre footage in
Yeah.
there. They were wanting, I guess the most feasible one that they were talking about was extending it on down further. That would be east. Then,
Now,
it'd be interesting to see what they come up with.
now we've got a disc golf course over there in that area, so we've really taken that real estate. But yes, sir, that'll be an interesting project to see how that turns out. And AECom, they're a big outfit, big engineering firm. So moving on to the storm drainage, nope, that's not what I was looking at. Sourcewell Water Protection Plan. So Terry is working with NMED on the Sourcewell Water Protection Plan, but it is a ways out, so I don't have any further updates on that. And that's all I have, Mr. Eby, or Counselor Eby.
what's your,
Jacqueline,
man.
Good afternoon, everybody. So for the Two Rivers raw water intake and transmission line, we will be advertising this on Thursday. And then on January 16th, there will be a pre-bid for the project. And the bids would have to be turned in by February 5th. And that's all I have for that project. You guys have any questions?
How many days is that again for the bid? We're going to,
We're gonna advertise it on the 16th, and then they have to be submitted by the 5th of February. So,
you expecting a lot of interest in that?
I'm sorry?
Are you expecting a lot of interest in that?
Hopefully,
Hopefully.
hopefully.
Well, that
Yeah.
Anaconda line went in.
it's a little over a month.
Probably about 4 that bid on it. I
We're redoing it. Remember the last time we bid that, right?
Yeah, it was sitting right here.
It was rough.
Contentious.
Yeah, this time hopefully everything will go smoother and,
We actually have a design and everything. We didn't have a design, so.
yeah, everything will be, we have a design and we have, it's not gonna be above ground, it's gonna be buried all the way, so it won't be in anybody's way anymore. So that's good.
It will be.
It saved a lot of cars from hitting the mountain.
Yeah.
A lot of them will hit that line.
You can keep it as a bumper. And then for the watershed base plan, this one, I'm working with the engineer. It's Brad from Cop Finley. And right now they're reviewing or revisiting the BPMs, which is the best management practice catalog to incorporate a draft and put it in the final report. They're also coordinating with J.E. Fuller to determine the suitability for locations for these BPMs. And for the storm drainage master plan, Cop Finley is also working on this, but Chris Almy is the lead engineer, and Brad Summerall, they're both working on it, but Chris Almy is the lead engineer for the storm drainage master plan. And right now, they're finalizing and reviewing the previous studies and plans, and they're summarizing the pertinent sections so that they can summarize it and put it into a spreadsheet, so it's easier for a quick reference. And then they're also, they're refining all the existing conditions as hydrology models, so that's still ongoing. And they're also continuing to get more detailed evaluation on the surface roughness and Manning's coefficient, and just tuning the equation so that they can get it right. And as of
Do they have a timeline on that, do you think, the target date?
for the storm drainage master plan, we have until July 26th, I think, of this year to complete. But the engineer was saying that we might need an extension. And we spoke with Stephen Deal from NMED, and he said to wait until May. And then if we still need the extension, we can apply for it then. Any questions?
All right, well, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, Isaac. The number one guy in the what?
Happy New Year, everyone. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are you guys doing today? So I have one thing on this list. This is my first time in this particular meeting type setting.
Isabel, she's,
Take all the time.
I know these guys love to see my smiling face, but
Did you wash your hands before you got here?
kind of. So I just remember why we were going to go see Metallica in Colorado that time when I saw you. Remember that? Okay, so we have the bar screen. So I'm not going to believe it till I see it coming into the gate. They said January 8th, so that's on Thursday. Man, I really liked the design that Sauter Miller gave me on that new one. I mean, I don't want to, bypass anybody, but I would say we give them, if they don't come by February.
no.
I mean, because we've been hearing this for 2 years already. It came into light when I was doing the goals. We started that bar screen 2 years ago, and we've been waiting 2 full years for them to even get it. So, like I said, we'll believe it on January 8th, which is on Thursday. And then we'll unload it, and then we'll get a contractor to come and slap it on and move forward.
So Isaac, is that J20, what is it?
Yes,
J29?
yes, sir.
That's Marty there. We need to try to see if we get them to do the bar screens too.
Yes, sir.
If they can come down and take a look, but I thought they were already gonna be there to do it. So since
Well,
you already
hopefully-
have them on the other, we can bring them in on the other.
Yes, sir. And that UV should be happening
Oh,
hopefully soon.
let's try to do that.
Can you check and see if they're on any price agreement?
Who's that?
J29. see if they're on a price agreement so that we can get a contract with them,
Yes, sir.
please.
That's all I got.
Because we had that original quote was only like 45,000, remember?
Yeah.
And the other company that already, since they had to wait so long, they went out of business.
Yeah, they did go out of business. So like I said, I'll believe it when I see it at the gate, wanting the code or whatever. Because we've been, they said it'll be here, January and then February, March.
December 29th? Wasn't that supposed to be the last date?
Yeah, it was, even a few months ago, September, remember I was like, September for sure, but
Well,
January 8th, they said for sure, so,
Are they gonna give us a discount due to
no
the
doubt.
time?
We might get the new one from Sauter Miller and it'll be outdated by the time that one gets here.
yeah. Yeah,
But,
that was, their design was, I like it a lot.
I really did like it also.
Yeah, whole different, totally different.
Yeah, and I like the fact that it was enclosed.
And then you could use any type of, whatever filters you can get for it, you can use. You don't have to, you're not stuck with the Vivo.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you. That's all I have for today.
Well, since we got Josh here, would you like to say something?
All right.
All righty, well, that's.
So, Joe, Counselor Eby, so is John Cornelius gone? Is he? So I think we need to fill some positions, and I guess somebody had the bylaws there. You still have them?
I took them back to, do you want me to go grab them?
You have to pass them.
We get the clerk to do that? We're gonna see about appointing for the,
Jerry was following over there, and he found a water leak. So it is next to the walking path, so there is some water going onto the walking path. But it's not that big of a leak, but people will some call, just so you guys know, start asking him. And the way this thing's going right now, we're trying to get to it today.
They're still on Apache Hills?
So this will be for soon one.
They found the leak on Apache Hills or no?
They're still chasing it. Well, they found one, but it's still, I don't know the saturation, they're waiting to see the saturation or another one above it.
so where's the leak at? It's on underneath the walking path?
It is next to it, where Jerry was,
Did he hit it?
no, he was potholing, and water started coming up, so he kind of
Oh, wow.
exposed it. And he made a bigger hole. That
Is
was-
there any way he could repair it?
I don't know, they just texted me now.
You want to hear the,
Go ahead.
so it had, utility committee consists of 5 members. 2 members are members from council, and then 1 member is either the village manager or the deputy manager, and then the last member is the public works director.
Okay.
And then 1 at-large, sorry.
So we need another counselor.
Need another counselor and an at-large.
Okay, so 2 positions. And then we need
I don't know if
officially,
you want to wait till after the election, or,
we probably need to find somebody, we can,
we don't have another meeting until April.
yeah, we could, during that time, we could fill that position.
Or since Jesse's not here, just elect him. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. All right,
All right, well, if seeing no further business, this meeting is adjourned.
all right, thank you. Thank you, Isabel.
Thank you all. That was a fast meeting.
Yeah,
Well, the fastest meeting was one when I showed up about 5 minutes late. I was already walking out the door.